his degree of doctorate in telecommunication engineering from Jabalpur University. He has worked for ISRO in India and Teledyne Wireless in USA. He accomplished the task of establishing and transforming the Charator Institute at Changa to a leading engineering institute. He is an active member of associations like IETE, IEEE, CSI, ISTE, etc. He is the recipient of many awards and honors, which includes Bharat Gaurav Award, Jewel of India Award, Lifetime Achievement Gold Medal Award, Indian Achievers Award, Kohinoor of India Award, and the Best Principal Award. So, ladies and gentlemen, and all my dear friends here, please join me in welcoming Dr. Y.P. Costa. So I request Costa sir to further take the seminar, right? So now I hand over this to Costa sir. Please, sir. Thank you all.
Atmiya one. Atmiya one. No, not that one. Yeah. You just copy it. You just copy it on your screen and just remove that scan disk. हेलो शुभ हेलो हाँ मैं आने वाला हूँ Okay, so I think it's my proud privilege as well as my pleasure to be amongst this young good morning to all of you. It's my proud privilege as well as pleasure to be with all of you here. The reason why I have a lot of interest with this young group here, which is assembled under one leaf, coming from various geographically scattered locations, to participate in this next gen computing seminar, which has been organized by this institution, the Atmiya group, and particularly the Virani Science College. In fact, it is not very known that most of the science-based and arts-based institutions conducting this sort of a workshop, but perhaps I think the time of change has already kicked in, and I can see that this thing is happening, which was a flavor of the engineering and technology and management faculties, has percolated down deep to the grassroots levels, particularly where the science which creates the knowledge is actually coming to limelight and participating in a big way. Engineering is anyway the vehicle of transformation. Science is what which creates the knowledge. So therefore, I am really delighted to be here amongst this young future scientists, managers, engineers who behold the future of this country, and as we transcend from the current century to the 21st century, there are a lot of things which we need to take together. And the most important buzzword to this is the fact that you all need to work in a team. However, at this point in time, I would like to caution all of you about the fact that we still believe that science is a very good servant but a bad master, and that is how we all grew up with, and that is what we want to be with. We do not want them to invade and erode us of this planet, this earth, this wonderful place of being which has been created by the flawless creator of the Brahma. Well, paucity of time has always been a phenomena, and it is one of the greatest scarcity. And in these turbulent times where a vision, a leader needs an agility and foresight, it is very important that time is the most critical and governing factor in all our endeavors, persuasions and journey. So therefore, in the interest of the time, I will immediately start. But before I would like to start this, I strongly believe the fact that most of you here have a scientific background. And the topic which I have selected today is the technologies in the 21st century. Next one. So what are we going to do here? What am I going to present? I am going to be talking about the management guru, about his quotes, what he said, Peter Drucker. I am also going to be talking about Ray Kurzweil, one of the greatest visionary predictors ever in this century. And I am also going to be talking about the technologies in your course of your lifetime, what they will be and what you will experience and what you will gain out of them. But remember, at the end of the day, technology is a very pure thing. If someone wants to go to hell, then technology can help him get there by jet. That's what technology is. And candidly speaking, it has got two portfolios, a split personality. Technology, when used in an efficient system, enhances the efficiency of the system. And if a technology is used in an inefficient system, using an efficient technologies, it reduces the efficiency to ashes. That's the fact. And therefore, use technology by caution. It should not become that the things we created and what we have conceived and what we are going to design will actually snowball onto us, reducing the life, this planet, to ashes, and we explore again different opportunities. That's not what was envisioned, or that is not what is envisaged. So therefore, I will be talking about developments from 1960 to 2000. The reason why I want to take this window, this perhaps might ISO accent by 10 years. I may be off by as much an amount of a decade. But nevertheless, most of these things are still applicable and perhaps true. So we are going to progressively, in a scientific and technical manner, try to actually evaluate the consequences of the development and the facts that we are having and we have envisioned. The technologies and the challenges that we will have by 2020. Next one. We'll also explore things related to the next dimension. Now therefore, the next decade in this century, as we have already crossed the boundary into the next millennium, we will witness two major things. Vis-a-vis technological breakdowns. That's the one thing which we'll witness. And the second which we are going to witness is the technological breakthroughs. Now, as you can already see, that there is a rapid rise in the processor performance. There is a rapid rise in the processor performance, and when I talk about the processors, it talks about the micronics. And therefore, what is happening is this processor performance is almost hitting the performance wall and is forcing widespread adoption of what is called as parallel processing. One guy cannot accomplish the task or the work in the defined timeline. Therefore, we need two such people, and that is what is called as parallel processing, in order to enable and complete the task in the stipulated period of the time frame window. So therefore, now this is forcing widespread adoption of parallel processing, right? And you will notice that the Moore's law, it's a law related to micronics, will be overshadowed by as much as 70%. As much as 70%. And there will be an increase in the network capacity. And this phenomena will ultimately lead and terminate my talk at what is called as the global mega computer. It has got different names. Different companies give different names. Different business activities give different names. But the perspective at the end of the day, when you hit the spot there, it's the global mega computer that is spawned. And the fly in the technology's oatmeal, which is the software, will finally reach a crisis point, causing the massive re-evaluation of the conventional or the classical software engineering process and tools. Next. Therefore, the treists on technology argue that changes have always been a part of recent history. And indeed, earth-shaking changes occurs in about every 100 to 150 years timeline. And then, it takes about 50 to 60 years